Okay, thought I'd do a little video this morning of some of my equipment. I post pictures on there from time to time of fish, but you never see what we're fishing out of, and you don't see the equipment that we're using. So I thought I would show you a little bit of that this morning. This boat that you're looking at is a 2014. Had it a few years. Kept it in the garage, kept it covered, and it looks like new. The motor, it's a 2018. Got it back last year and got it from Bull Show's boat dock. Might be the best motor I've ever used. It's a 25 Yamaha, fuel injected. It starts when you push the button, and not like the old motors that you had to use a choke on and choke it. This has no choke. You hit the starter button and it starts right up. Doesn't matter if it's 10 degrees or 110. This thing will start. This little setup you see right here that I've got the Denali sticker on, I made that. That's a little jack plate, and Jason Moser, my brother-in-law, and I made that along with Billy Bass. Billy has a CNC machine. He cut the grooves in it for me, so it looks factory, and did a good job on that, and probably got about $50–60 in the thing, whereas you'd pay over $100 for them if you bought one new. And as you can see, I've got this Supreme boat, and it is the top of the line. It's an L48 XP. There's 2 or 3 different models of these, and the step down is a L48, and I'm watching a deer run through the yard, and I'm gonna try to video that. It is the first morning of muzzle loading season, so I'll see if I can find that deer out here coming through the yard. And my beagle has not spotted it yet, or we will have a deer race. You'll hear Hunter open up on him. There he goes. And it's a doe. Was not a buck. I might have had to go get my muzzle loader. Anyway, back to what I was doing. This is a beautiful boat. It's like I said, it's a Supreme L48 XP. My good friend Rob Williams manufactures these at Mountain Home. He purchased Supreme and Shawnee back, I'm going to say, somewhere around 2010. I've sold a few boats for Rob over the years and still send people up there occasionally. But if you're looking for a good boat, you will not beat the Supreme or the Shawnee. I promise you. These things have they've been in business for a long time, and one of the premier trout boat manufacturers anywhere in the country. They do a good job. Chris Miller runs his operation for him up there, and these are super nice guys. So if you're looking for a trout boat, you can either get a hold of me, or got an excellent website. You can go to the Supreme website, Supreme Shawnee. A few years ago, Case and my son and I did a video shoot for Rob for Supreme Shawnee up at Cotter, and these people were professional. Some were out of Montana, Colorado. They had done photo shoots for Under Armour, Toyota, Bass Pro Shop, and they have it's called Vision Amp Marketing. It's out of Mountain Home now, but I noticed a lot of people, a lot of locals have started using their services, including Spartan Intimidator mowers, which is just down the road here from me in Batesville now. I'll get over here and show you some of the tackle that we've been using. When I can, I primarily use jigs. I've got 3 different jigs by 3 different manufacturers laid out here. first jig here on the left, this jig here, that is the Trout olive, and my friend Richard Cross from Fayetteville makes those. Those are called White River Zig Jigs. It's a good jig. I've got several of those in my box, and they will not fail you. Promise you that. All these jigs, same quality. This jig here in the center is called a Sculpin Olive, and that was one of the first jigs I started fishing with, and that is from PJ's Finesse Baits. Again, Fayetteville must be the mecca of jig manufacturing, because that's where those are manufactured too, out of Fayetteville. And lastly here, this one is the Bleeding Shad 3/32, which is my all-time favorite. And my friend J.D. Dudley manufactures those, and they are D2 jigs, and guess where they're manufactured? Fayetteville, Arkansas. So all three of these come from Northwest Arkansas, and they're all excellent jigs. JD and I used this jig last weekend and caught lots of fish on it. I'm going to go up to the catch release behind the Bull Shoals Dam after a while, I think, and maybe I'll get some more pictures and video if I actually catch something. So we'll see about that, see how that goes. Here's my jig box, and you can tell I've got everybody's jigs in those. The ones on the top are the Zig jigs, ones in the center are PJs, and that is another type of jig. I don't know where I got that one. I think it's a PJs, but you can see it's got a different kind of head on it. It's like a darter head, and it's got gray and white on it. It's got a bigger hook than these others. I may try that one this afternoon. I don't, like I said, I don't know where I got those, but it's got more of a darter head. Now, back to the jigs. This D2 jig has a lopsided head. It's flat on one side and round on the other, and it makes a kind of a zigzagging action when it falls, the same as the Zig jig. Both of them are basically kind of the same. However, the PJ's jigs are just flat on both sides, as you can see there. And it's got a good action too. All three of these jigs catch fish, I'll promise you. And they all three have websites, so if you need to find some jigs, you can get on those. Also, if you're up around Branson, Lily's Landing, Phil Lilly, he manufactures jigs too, and I've never used one of his, but he's got a jig mold that has a lopsided head on it too. Anyway, that's what I understand. That's what he said. So, like I said, I don't have any of those. As far as equipment, a rod, this is a Falcon Lowrider, and this is an older rod. I've had it for a while, but it's a darn good rod. It's manufactured in USA and out in Broken Arrow, I think, Oklahoma, somewhere right outside of Tulsa. I've got 4 of those rods. That rod there has got an extra fast tip on it, and it is a light or ultralight rod, and I think the length on it is about 6.5 feet. This reel is that's a Garcia Abu Garcia Pro Max 20. Just got that reel a couple months ago. $50, and it's smooth as silk. Now, if you want smoother, you can pay a lot more and get a lot smoother reel. Probably not a lot smoother, but you can pay a lot more money. But those are good reels. I've also got Daiwa and Okuma. But for around $50, you can get a good reel. when you're jig fishing, though, the main thing is your rod. You need a light action rod with extra fast or a fast tip. Either one will work well. I used to say extra fast, but now I think the fast, I may prefer it over the extra fast. And what that means is that the rod does not bend that much until you get right to the tip of the rod. The last part of the rod, the last maybe foot and a half of the rod bends more. It's got a lot better backbone than maybe the fast action, which would it would bend further down, maybe 2 feet down. Now, as far as using power bait, dragging worms, or even like any kind of bait fishing, I've got another Falcon rod, and it's got a very slow action, meaning that it bends almost down at the handle, and it makes a big wide arc when you catch a fish, which is, to me, the action on that, it's a little bit more fun to catch a fish on that slow action on bait, because you do have a lot more action in the rod. All right, that's about it. Like I said, Supreme boats, Shawnee, Yamaha motor. You can see I'm doing a walk around here. This is a very pretty boat. Seat is not a Supreme, that's a Ranger seat. A buddy of mine works at Ranger. I used to be able to get these seats, can't get them anymore. Those come out of the FLW tour boats that they would bring back, and they'd change those out, and not sure which one this one was, but it kind of matches my boat. But it's a good seat, I know that. Used to pay like $35 a seat for them. They're like $250 now, so unfortunately we can't get those anymore. I'll show you inside my tackle box, or my dry storage here on this boat too. You can see I've got a battery down in there and all my tackle, so got plenty of storage actually. Got a dry storage on one side and a live well on the other. I've got this live well plugged because I never keep fish anyway. I just plug it and use it for dry storage. Up here in the front in this boat, you've got another dry storage. Also, this boat here, it's got an upgrade. You can see those two rods there that go into those two holes. What that is for fly fishing. Actually, you can put a 9-foot fly rod in those and have them protected. It's a couple of rod holders that are built in. Also got a rod tray up there. You can see that power bait in it. I keep bait in it. You can lay your rod down in that rod tray when you're motoring. Keep you from stepping on it, what have you. This boat is 48 inches wide in the bottom. You can get wider now. You can get all the way up to a 60 inch, which might be my next purchase if I buy one, a new one, which I'm not planning on it. There's nothing wrong with this one. Anyway, maybe we'll go to Bull Shoals today and get some more video. I think we may go right behind the dam there. They will close that area off in about 2 weeks. So it's November 1st through February 1st. They close about a 2-mile stretch off right behind the Bull Shoals Dam to allow the brown trout to naturally spawn there. There's absolutely no boat traffic, no fishing in there. So it allows those fish a chance to spawn naturally. So I'm gonna go up there and give it one more shot before they close it off and see what happens. It's a nice day out here today, you can see. Might look around here and see another deer run by. That's pretty wild. Till next time, have a good day.